Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm on my way home, running into a little bit of traffic. Haven't done a live stream here on the channel here in a few weeks, but wanted to jump in here to talk about what happened just recently, maybe a couple hours ago, with Charlie Kirk at the at a university in Utah. And give you my thoughts about it. Maybe talk about it a little bit on my way home. It's definitely a sad thing. Definitely a sad thing. I don't hold any party affiliation. I don't look at any party one way or another. I'm an independent, but this place today has no place in our country, has no place in our society, and definitely should be squashed, should be condemned. And I don't care what type of religion you are. I don't care what type of I don't care what type of political views you have. What happened today was just disgusting, in my opinion. Not good at all. Not good at all for us, for anybody. God bless the family of Charlie Kirk, his wife, his kids. I was at work when it happened, and as soon as I heard about it, I went on the news, looked it up, and it was just one of those things you don't expect to see, but when you see it happen, it kind of hits you like a ton of bricks. You know what I'm saying? Very unfortunate. So my condolences to his wife and his kids, his family. A lot of people that were there are probably traumatized by what they saw. Like I said, I hold no preference for any party, any religion, and it has changed me to say that this happens more and more often. Hey, Mr. Momo, how you doing, buddy? This is happening more and more often in our society. These mass shootings because of race, religion, politically motivated. It shouldn't be happening, man. It just shouldn't be happening. It's horrible, man. I feel terrible. As an American, as a citizen of this country, I'm doing good, Momo. I'm just talking about what happened to Charlie Kirk a couple hours ago. I want to say it's been already over like 2 hours. I can't recall, but just sharing my thoughts on what happened, and seeing what you guys think about it. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream, guys. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that we see things like this happen in our society. This man was a family man. He had his own views with respects to religion, politics, and he went out there to put up a platform to let people talk about the issues in a civilized manner, and it didn't matter who he talked to, whether it was somebody who agreed with him or disagreed with the guy. I watched a couple of his events online, and he had a lot of people that didn't agree with what he was saying, but respectfully, hey, how you doing, Shamesh? I'm sorry for the camera, but I'm driving and this road sucks. Anyways, yeah, I saw a couple of his events, and it's very sad that we have to witness these things to understand that life is so precious, man. I'm pretty sure this guy never thought that today would be his last day on Earth. You know. So the president of the United States just came out and released a statement confirming that Charlie Kirk has been killed at a shooting during one of his rallies at a Utah university. So again, condolences to the family, condolences to his base, his supporters. Let's not forget that yeah, rest in peace, Greg. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, it's sad, dude. I feel fucking sad, man. And I don't even know the guy. I only saw the guy a few times on YouTube, on television, on the news. And I may have not agreed with everything the guy had to say, but the guy was putting into practice one of our most important freedoms, which is the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, freedom to talk about what you want to talk about and let others be part of that. Whether you agree or not, this is about coming together, discussing the matters or the things that really matter, and coming to some sort of agreement. Maybe agreeing to disagree. It was horrible to watch, man. Yeah, it was horrible to watch, Greg. I definitely agree, bro. I mean, I saw the video, dude, and I was at a loss of words. At a loss of words. It's just disgusting. Should we deploy the National Guard to Utah? Says another wonderful secret. The Republican Party has a felon president and a control of all three branches of government. If conservatives can fix this stuff now, when will they? I wouldn't say we should deploy the National Guard to Utah. That's just taking it too far. It was a shooting. It was an intentional shooting, directed at one person. And hey, Daisy, Rocky, and Don. Yeah, it was an intentional shooting directed at one person to take the life of one person, and the person that perpetrated it succeeded, unfortunately. I mean, I think it was an older gentleman who perpetrated the shooting. Older gentleman, I think it was white. I saw an image of a white gentleman, white hair, glasses, kneeling down on the floor. I guess they had him in custody. So no, we shouldn't deploy the National Guard. No, this is America, man. This is not a third world country we live in, man. And having served in the United States military, man, we should be able to go out there and express what we think. But everything has to be done in accordance to the law. In peace. Everybody should be able to go out there and say whatever they want to say. And Charlie Kirk was no different. He was going out there, allowing people to speak, face to face with him, and discuss all these things that are happening in our society. And it's just it just continues to happen. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk, Daisy, Rocky, and Don. Charlie Kirk was just shot at a university in the state of Utah while he was at a public speaking engagement. He was just shot and killed. It's all over the news if you haven't heard about it. But yeah, the president just came out and announced and made it official that he was killed after being shot in the neck. So yeah, it's horrible, man. It's definitely horrible. Again, as an American, I feel horrible that things like these continue to happen in our society. We saw the president, whether you agree with him or not, getting shot at twice. One, he was shot at grazed his ear, and the other one, the person was caught in time before he did the shooting. There's no humanity left. No, there just isn't. We've grown so desensitized to all these things, man. You know what's happening in the Middle East with Gaza, Israel, Ukraine, Russia, but here in our backyard, you know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be happening here, man. We should be all about peace and being able to talk and discuss the things that matter, but without violence. What gets fixed with violence? Nothing gets fixed. Violence creates more violence. And if anything, if we've learned something, is that every time there's a mass shooting or a shooting, people out there use people out there will use that as a motivation. Copycats. People love to follow mass shooters or shooters, for some reason. And violence brings more violence, more division. And that's my belief. I think that there's got to be a way where, we should be able to get together. Who do you support? Israel or Palestine? Honestly, at this point, I feel horrible for what's happening to the Palestinians. The children, the women, the innocent people, the journalists that have been killed in the last few weeks. So people think it makes them cool. Yeah, definitely. You gotta be mentally deranged to go out there and just shoot someone because you think that what they're saying, what they're bringing about, what they're talking about doesn't align with your personal views, with your political views, religious views, whatever the hell it is. It's crazy. And it's happening more and more in the country. I feel like we're not safe anywhere, man. You can go to a rally, you can go to a Walmart, you can go to anywhere, church, it's horrible, man. It's terrible. And I don't know who this person is, the shooter. I don't know what kind of faith he had, if it was religious, if it was politically motivated. I'm assuming it was politically motivated based on what Charlie Kirk talked about. But Charlie Kirk also talked about Christianity. So, go figure. The man spoke about political issues, but he also spoke a lot about Christianity and the fact that he was a Christian and how he believed in Jesus Christ. So, I don't know, man. I was listening to a reporter on Fox News just now who was present at the venue when it happened, and he was saying that it happened about 30 some minutes after he started speaking. First question was about religion. It took about 20 minutes or so to answer the question, and then after that somebody asked a question about, what about transgender mass shooters? And right when somebody asked the question, the shot rang out, and you know the rest. It's horrible, people. It's horrible, and we should not be desensitized to all this, man. This should not be the norm. This should not be what we see every day, every year in the news. So it's terrible. I just wanted to come up here and just talk about it, I guess. Decompress a little bit, and just tell you guys how I feel about it. Definitely not happy, man. Definitely not happy. Definitely, I feel a little, empty spot inside me when things like these happen. You know, mass shootings, period, shouldn't be happening. But that's what we see every day. You know, in schools, churches, stores. It's just not safe anymore, man. And it's unfortunate, because we shouldn't have to be watching our backs when we go out with our families to do anything. You know, but unfortunately that's the point where it has gotten to. You have to watch your back. You have to be vigilant. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Sometimes people avoid going out to certain events, you know, because of things like these, you know. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this live stream. I didn't want to take a lot of time. I wanted to make it brief and just again share what I thought about the whole situation. Usually I talk about crypto on this channel, but I also do these lives every so often to convey my thoughts on, you know, things that happen, things that are happening, life in general. And this is the time that I wanted to get on here because I feel terrible. I feel empty. And again, I wasn't a big follower of the guy. I know who the guy was, but it just doesn't make any sense that we should kill one another over our differences in political and religious views. Shouldn't happen, man. Shouldn't happen. I condemn it. You know, I don't condone it. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter. Period. So I appreciate you guys tuning into this live stream. And I'll definitely be speaking to you guys very, very, very soon, guys. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Take care of your families. And please be aware of your surroundings, guys. Much peace and love. See you next time.